So you're buying your first property and you're wondering, should I get a fixer-upper or should I get a turnkey? Hi, my name's Jake Marchand, and when I first started real estate a couple years ago, I came across that exact same decision. And I kind of want to share with you some of my insight and some of my mistakes. So hopefully you don't make the same mistakes and your first property is a little bit easier for you. I don't want to sound too biased in this, but I just want to let you guys know this is all from sweat equity and calluses. I did both and I know which one I would prefer. So just a little bit about me. I have 5 rental properties. They're all single family homes right now. And they're about $150,000 properties I rent for roughly $1,400 a month. And they're really very similar in nature. And my very first property that I got was actually a fixer-upper. And I kind of want to let you know why I got that, because maybe you have the same experiences with me. If you turn on the TV and you look, you are bombarded with so many people fixing up houses and flipping houses, and the Joanna Gaines and the Ty Walkers and all the people out there. And then once you see all these people flipping houses, then you want to stack all this conventional wisdom on top of that. You know, people, you don't know who said it, but somebody said in the past, buy the ugliest house in the nicest neighborhood and fix it up. Or somebody said, you know, you want to have sweat equity. Well, on my very first property, I actually tried that. I bought a $125,000 property, 3-bed, 1-bath, and it was really, really, really good bones, but it was like 1968 hideous. It had, you know, ugly carpet, wood panel walls, pink bathrooms, pink toilets, pink tubs. And when I first bought this property, I went ahead and, like I said, the property was $125,000. Had to put $25,000 on the property to get it, and then I spent about $25,000 fixing it up. So that I changed it from a 3-1 to a 3-2. I also redid all the floors and all the bedrooms and redid all the carpet in the living spaces. Painted all of the walls white, and I kind of turned it into that modern house. And it took me about 6 months. I purchased the property in February and it was rented out August the 1st. And about $50,000 just total all-in price for me to get that property on the market. And what I realized really quickly, because I have big goals in this. I'm not sure if this is everybody. Maybe some people just want 1 house or 2 houses. But I have really big goals, and I want to scale this. You know, I want to have 10 houses, 20 houses, 100 houses, and 1,000 houses. Hopefully one day be able to leave my current job and then, you know, start working in real estate full time. And what I noticed was that it took me about $50,000 in 6 months to do this. Now, there's 2 problems with this. At least 2, but the first one is, let's say I want 1,000 units. The first one is time. So at 6 months to do this, no telling how many calories burned, probably 20 pounds lost, $25,000 into it. I would have to be about 500 years old to get my 1,000 house unit. And I just realized, man, this is really kind of hard. And this is really, really slow. And now if you can build a team out and you have people to pay for it, like I said, I did a $50,000-$60,000 renovation for just $20,000. So if you have a team and you're willing to spend extra money, it won't be that hard. But if you're just going to go get a fixer, flipper, upper, be prepared for the time that it's going to take. The second issue was the money. So when you buy rental properties, you're going to have to pay 20% down one way or the other. So when I bought that $125,000 house, it was $25,000 down. Now, also, the cost to fix up the property was $25,000. So once I got done with this, I realized, okay, I could have had 2 slightly smaller houses that were turnkey, or I could have 1 house that I sank 50 grand in. So once I started fixing it up, unless you're flipping it, you're really not beneficial as far as building your portfolio. And I kind of learned that the hard way. And the third option also too was, I mean, like I said, you've got the time, how much it cost, you've got the money. And then, like I said, the third thing is just the absolute amount of effort it takes. So COVID was happening and I was working from home. And if I wouldn't have been working from home, there's no way I could have replicated that. And when I say that, what I'm just saying is essentially is that, like, I was there at all hours of the night. I was there during the day to meet painters and floorers and contractors and all these different people. And I essentially would have had to almost give up my job or double the time frame if I wouldn't have had, like, the luxury of working right down the street at my house. So it was a really all-out endeavor. And like I said, it continues to be the best property in my portfolio. It continues to be, it was a phenomenal deal all the way through. But then I bought my second house, and it was about the same size, 2,000 square feet, same concluding floor layout. So it was about 2,000 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath. And I paid about $140 for it. So so just so you know, I bought this one on August the 2nd of last year, and then I had it rented out August the 8th in 1 week. And then I realized, wow, so I also have to include, if I'm going to fix it myself, I'm also going to have to start dealing with lost rent, because I wasn't thinking about that. So when I bought my second house, it was almost like an eye-opening moment for me. I said, man, I can do this 10, 15, 20 times a year, or even more. The down payment was only what, 25, 30,000. It was only 30,000, so it only cost me extra 5,000 more. I didn't have to spend any money on the rehab except for small, minute things like changing wall outlets. And it just really ended up making sense for me in the end. So I'm still pretty small. One day I hope to be sending you guys videos with thousands of units, but like right now I'm just beating my head and running through them. I'm learning everything the hard way. So if this helps at all, like when you're buying your first property, I would actually recommend just doing it turnkey if you're going to focus on buying properties. Now, if you are super handy and you have all the tools and you worked construction for 10 years, go at it. If you have a really good connection with somebody who can do some really cheap labor, go at it. That's going to be really hard with the cost of construction and the lack of laborers right now. But if you got that connection, go ahead and give it a try. You know, but just if you're just saying, man, I've been watching Cardone videos, or I've been watching Gary V videos, or I've been watching, I mean, there's just an endless amount of real estate people. I listened to the Bigger Pockets podcast. I accidentally listened to the real estate podcast. If you're going to come across something like that, you probably want to do turnkey unless you have a lot of extra time and money and you're just looking at equity. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know. I'd love to do another video, and I'm always answering my comments. If this is any help to you, go ahead and hit the like button in the bottom. It really helped me out. Still gets me giddy. So my name is Jake, coming from the Sun Belt, and I will talk to y'all later, and thank you for watching.